around the world. This is the Show Me Sports Network. The following is an exclusive broadcast property presentation of the Show Me Sports Network and is a high-fidelity all-digital broadcast. This broadcast is copyright of the Show Me Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the Show Me Sports Network's written consent is prohibited.
A lot has changed over the course of the season for these two teams, and specifically for your Hallsville Lady Indians. And looking at what they did last game just on Tuesday, what a way to show up and show out. A big 47-35 victory. The offense looked in peak form. It was one of the best offensive performances we've seen from Hallsville all season long, but not just that. Their defense really took a step forward as well, holding Wright City to just 35 points in that game. One of the better defensive performances we've seen, in a vast difference from earlier in the year when Hallsville faced Wright City and lost by 9 in the earlier game in the season. About a 20-point difference in the game, and all of that came on the defensive side, not on the offensive side of the ball. And of course, that does have a lot to do with some of the players that were injured earlier in the year for Hallsville that have been able to make their return and have made their appearance on the court felt for both Hallsville and, of course, for the other team, who today is Kirksville. And looking at Kirksville's team, they are 12-12 in the regular season. However, they went 9-1 in conference play. Obviously, this isn't within the same conference here, so they're facing one of those teams that might have caused a problem to them. 9-1 in the North Central Missouri Conference. Outside of that play, they are just 3-11 on the year. So Hallsville hoping that that stat can help them tonight as they look to advance to the district championship, which would be played Saturday afternoon. And of course, we would have coverage of that here on the Show Me Sports Network as long as Hallsville is able to bring out that big W tonight. They ended a big losing streak. It was a 15-game losing streak, but that is history. So we can officially talk about it because it's in the past here. That's something that the girls hope to put in their past as well. And what they're looking for is a big upset win over the number 1 seed in Kirksville tonight. Like I mentioned, it was a rematch of last year's district tournament. And in last year's district tournament, it was the quarterfinals. This year, it's the semifinals. In the quarterfinals last year, though, it was Hallsville that ended up on top. A big victory for them that pushed them onward in the district tournament until, unfortunately, they lost to Moberly in the semifinals. So we'll see. Is it going to be the Kirksville matchup that helps out Hallsville, or will it be the semifinals matchup that might be against them? I guess we'll have to wait and see how that turns out tonight. The starting lineups will be coming up for you in just a little bit. We have a lot coming up. It's the pregame show. Tip-off is just a couple minutes away. You're tuned in to Hallsville Lady Indians basketball here on the Show Me Sports Network and Misha TV.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
Running out of some of your favorite Avon products and haven't seen an Avon brochure in quite some time? No need to worry. Avon Independent Sales Representative Michelle Carty can help with your Skin So Soft makeup, jewelry, fragrance, and skincare needs. Avon now carries cleaning supplies, clothing, daily essentials, and several small LG electronic items. You now have the opportunity to shop online 24/7 and have your order shipped directly to your front door by shopping with Michelle at mcarty.avonrepresentative.com or find her on Facebook by searching Avon Carty.
The Boone County Journal is the hometown newspaper of Ashland and Hartsburg since 1969. We know you're busy. Let us keep up with Southern Boone happenings for you. We cover social events, school sports, local government, Southern Boone history, obituaries, and more. Subscribe to the Journal today and get the paper delivered to your mailbox every Wednesday. Digital version also available. Call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojo.com. Independent and veteran owned.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Seeking to express your unique style? How about healthier, clear skin? Look no further than Mary Kay. For more than 60 years, Mary Kay has been offering a wide range of high-quality makeup and skincare products that empower you to shine and stand out in any setting. From luscious lipsticks to vibrant eyeshadows, flawless foundations to glowing highlights, moisturizing serum to blemish and acne regimens, Mary Kay's got you covered. If you don't have a Mary Kay beauty consultant, then I've got you covered. To get your best skin, call me, Cassandra Gazway, today at 417-684-2667 or visit online at marykay.com/Cassandra Gazway.
At Centurion Cares, for more than 3 decades, their focus has been on exceeding customer expectations for contact center software solutions. Their innovative communication solutions include utility interactive voice response software that allows for smart communication features that let your utility deliver superior customer service 24/7. They also provide other streamlined services like automatic call distribution, automated customer callback, reporting, and quality assurance. To find out more about how Centurion Cares can help your business, call them at 727-421-5300 or look them up online at centurioncares.com. Centurion Cares, innovative communication solutions.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
There's no better way to celebrate a special event or show someone just how important they are to you than gifting them something handcrafted from Country with a Heart. Handmade in mid-Missouri, Country with a Heart specializes in hand-built woodworking projects for every occasion. Their design collection includes children's furniture, doll furniture, household items, holiday decor, outdoor decorations, custom projects, and everything in between. To view their full inventory of projects, visit countrywithaheart.com and find them on Facebook by joining the Country with a Heart group page.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Gaedel Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Gaedel's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, Eddie!
Role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship at a high school athletic event. Good sports are winners and are also vital to preserving our fine sports traditions. So the next time you attend a sporting event, remember to be a good sport and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. The state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
Well, hello and welcome back into tonight's broadcast presentation of Hallsville Lady Indians basketball on the Show Me Sports Network. I'm Austin Thomas as we get ready for tip-off here from Mexico High School. These starting lineups are being announced for both teams. Hallsville just got announced, and now it's time for Kirksville, and of course I'll bring you through them for our starting lineups presented by Cassandra Gazaway, Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant. Starting off with those Kirksville Tigers, we're going to be looking at Megan Kinney starting at the point guard. She's a quick player with good defense. Eva Danielson, just a freshman, but in the starting lineup here in the district semifinals. Patience Fouts, an all-conference player. She is the 3 tonight. Last season, averaged 13 points per game and has been even better this year. Chloe Carter is the 4th starter, and Aaliyah Puckett closes out the starting lineup. And now for the starting lineup of your Hallsville Lady Indians, it's Addie Daly out there, along with Bella Abel, Alexis James, Haley Martin, and Ellie Schisler. And as that has concluded the starting lineups, we are ready to go from Mexico High School. The two teams taking their positions for the district semifinals and a right to play in the district championship on Saturday. Ellie Schisler will take the tip-off along with Chloe Carter. And here we go. It is away, and Hallsville will start the game with the basketball. Haley Martin bringing it up, as always, the point guard for Hallsville has had a great season, had a really strong game yesterday, along with Ellie Schisler, who just got the ball. Both her and Schisler and Martin had great games, combined for a majority of the points as Bella Abel puts up a shot but isn't able to get it. First shot is off target for Hallsville, and a quick drive the other way, and Carter's not able to get the deuce. So the game remains tied at 0, and a long pass from Martin into the corner for Abel, who airballs the 3 a little long, but a rebound by Daly. And that's her quick aggressiveness there that's able to pick up that rebound. It's one of the great things that you see about Addie Daly. As I was talking about with Haley Martin and Ellie Schisler, just a great quarterfinal game from both of them as Daly misses the three-pointer there, combined for 32 points. Martin had 17 and Schisler had 15. As this one is again off target from Aaliyah Puckett. Now back the other way. Hallsville trying to get the offense rolling early. We're over a minute into the game and still 0-0. Abel taking a 3 off target again. Abel starting the game 0 for 3 from the field. And a foul is called against Alexis James. It's the first foul for either team. That's the first stoppage of the game through about a minute and a half here. Seems like this could be a quick-paced game, but we'll have to wait and see. Bringing up the ball, Eva Danielson dishes it off to Kinney. Down low, trying to get up. Carter takes a shot, but a charge is signaled, and it's going back towards Hallsville. 6:26 to go in the first quarter, and a strong start there defensively as they'll try and create some offensive momentum. Still tied 0-0. Inbound, gets it into Bella Abel. Now Martin slows things down. Full court press still coming from Kirksville. That's Kinney who's applying the pressure all the way up to the other baseline. And Abel now gets it on the wing. Hallsville doing a good job of breaking that full court press here. They did a great job of doing that same thing last game, and that was a big reason why they were able to win in such a convincing fashion. But Schisler loses the ball, and Martin gets called for the foul in transition. And that is the second foul for Hallsville. 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Inbound play coming for Kirksville, Eva Danielson. I mentioned earlier, just a freshman out there. It takes a lot for a freshman to be in the starting lineup and to be successful as well, and a foul called against Ellie Schisler. That's a couple of fouls in about 30 seconds for Hallsville. And Chloe Carter is headed to the free throw line for potentially the first points of the game for either team. 5:56 to go, and both teams still looking for offense. Can't quite get it there. Carter misses the first shot. Chloe Carter, a 5'8" junior. She plays the 4 and tries to kind of play that post presence that they've needed, and they're proving that, going to her a couple of times down low as she's able to sink the second free throw. And there we go, the first score of the game. It's 1-0 Kirksville as that one is tipped, but it's out of bounds off of Fouts and out the baseline. Still remains Hallsville basketball. 1-0, the Kirksville lead, and Martin's able to get it inbound to Daly and right back to Martin. Martin doing a great job of kind of breaking that full court press herself once she gets the ball back off of the inbound. Abel picks up her dribble, now has to find someone and gets it to Schisler. And one of the key things about last game for both Schisler and Martin was getting to the free throw line. They shot a combined 22 free throws in last game, and Schisler doesn't need free throws as she's going to be able to sink a mid-range, the first field goal for either team, and it's 2-1 Hallsville as the ball is knocked out of bounds, and it's going to remain Kirksville basketball. So Ellie Schisler sinking a bucket from the mid-range, and that was a tough shot too. But she's been able to make those mid-range really especially well these past few games. As a three-pointer there is on target from Eva Danielson. Whew. What a shot from her, and that's what Kirksville needed to get their offense a spark. It's 4-2 here in the first quarter, just under 5 minutes to go. Abel trying to find some space, gets it out to Daly. Daly wide open from the corner, airballs the three, and now it's a transition opportunity for Kirksville. Slowing it down, Fouts back up top. Danielson, why not again? This time she misses to the right. It hits off the backboard, rebounded by Schisler. Back the other direction, Hallsville, miscommunication there. Daly tried to flip that across the court to Bella Abel, but Abel wasn't looking for the shot, wasn't looking for the pass. Goes out of bounds, so back to Kirksville basketball. You haven't seen too many turnovers, though, from the Hallsville side. They've been able to muster up a few shots, and not bad shots at that. Still a 4-2 deficit is what the Lady Indians see on the scoreboard, and we'll see what the Tigers have in store. Fouts trying to find a lane, gets it up with the left hand, no, batted around, and it ends up still in Kirksville possession. Three-pointer here, off target, rebound, and put it back up off the glass by Aaliyah Puckett. So a couple of misses there, but doesn't ultimately hurt Kirksville as they're able to grab the offensive rebounds. 6-2, now the Tigers lead. Daly with the ball on the wing, swings it up to Martin. Martin trying to find a way inside, passes it out to Schisler. Schisler trying to take baseline, has some space, puts it up, and that is a great shot by Ellie Schisler, and that high release is really proving some damage to Kirksville as Daly intercepts it. A long pass that Daly knew exactly where it was going to land, and she's able to pick it off. Just under 3:30 to go here in the first quarter. Kirksville up 6-4 on the scoreboard, and a foul, offensive foul against Hallsville. And the Tigers get the ball back. So a substitution real quick as Chloe Carter checks out of the game. Kirksville trying to maintain the lead here. They're hoping to build on it. Find themselves up 2 on the scoreboard, and Fouts has some space, a little too strong on the three-point attempt. That's her first shot of the game, which is surprising for the all-conference player, and I assume we'll see a lot more shots from her. A great three-point shooter. Last season shot 38% from beyond the arc, and miscommunication there again. That's the second time that we've seen that from the Hallsville side. Passing it before their teammate knows that the ball is coming their way. So still a 6-4 game. Kirksville looking to build on that, and a foul against Addie Daly. Reach in there. That's team foul number 4 against Hallsville. So just one more, and it's the bonus for Kirksville. So the next foul will send them to the free throw line for a couple of shots. Hallsville's got to be a little extra careful. 2:39 to go in the first quarter. That's still plenty of time left. Inbound, they get it in to Megan Kinney. Kinney, just a sophomore, had a strong first freshman season last year, but a lot better this year, a lot more involved in the game. Down low, Puckett trying to get into the post, but had it poked away before she could set herself up. Hallsville kind of just going in there and grabbing it and not letting them get set up down low. That's been real helpful for their defense, which has only allowed 6 points, and really just flicking that shot up. Puckett's not able to get the 2, and a jump ball is called by the official, and the possession arrow is pointing towards Kirksville, so they will maintain the ball. Still a 6-4 game here in the first quarter. 2:18 on the clock. Inbound pass comes down to the short corner. Back up top, and it's Aaliyah Puckett. Puckett working on James, has some space. Ooh, and an over-the-shoulder pass. Gets it down low. Schisler with the block. Faith Weiss, no-go on that layup attempt, and now it's Martin. Head of steam, down low, puts it up, can't get it off the glass. Now transition opportunity for Kirksville, and somehow keeping that ball alive. Fouts has a 3. No, it's off to the left. Back up top. This time it's Danielson who drains it. Eva Danielson already has a pair of triples. She's up to 6 on the game. And it's a 9-4 Kirksville lead. Hallsville's got to get something going, and it's Addie Daly who gets a key 2 points there. Needed that one and makes it a 3-point game again. Trying to work this around. Kirksville now back to only a 1-possession game down low. They flick it back out wide. Trying to find some space in the post, some miscommunication, but still ends up in the hands of one of the Kirksville Tigers. Puckett loves that over-the-head pass, and that time the high release point from Weiss is going to drop through the net, and it's 11-6 Kirksville. Hallsville trying to get this comeback to go. Down low, Martin can't get the contested layup. That one maybe one of the better opportunities that she's had today. Just 2 shots for Martin after she had 13 attempts last game. Only 2 here in the first quarter. Just over 30 seconds remaining. And so Kirksville probably wanting to get last possession. They work it around the top. Danielson working her way inside, but it's off the legs of Ellie Schisler. She kind of smiles off to the side of the court like, man, I should have had that one. And a couple of substitutions here. Schisler and James both head to the bench. Jamison Bauer, Bella Abel checking into the game. Back up top, Kirksville, heavy pressure. Martin nearly had that one stripped away, and some great stepping there and pivots down in the post. 10 seconds to go. Kirksville's got to find a shot. 7 seconds left. Hallsville's got to press up. They have a little bit of space here for the 3. Doesn't go. Rebound. Full court shot, not in time. Macy Lehman had tried the 3 there with just over 3 seconds left, and that was not going to go for her. And through 1 quarter, it's 11-6 Kirksville. Not a bad start from Hallsville, although they would like to see themselves in the lead. They got to get that offense going. We'll see if they can when we come back from break. The second quarter comes up after this here on the Show Me Sports Network on Misha TV.
At Hallsville School District, our educators do more than just teach. Lives are being shaped for the future before they even enter a classroom. For students to succeed, it takes an entire district-wide team. Join Hallsville School District's team today, now offering competitive salaries and benefits for all positions. Visit hallsville.org and click on the employment link under Our District tab.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of the Show Me Sports Network under the broadcasting rights granted therein. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the Show Me Sports Network. Announcers are provided by the Show Me Sports Network.
Well, hello and welcome back into the Show Me Sports Network's coverage of Hallsville Lady Indians basketball on Misha TV. I'm Austin Thomas as we sit 11-6 here in the second quarter of action. Hallsville looking to see if they can get things going. They've got possession early on, and Martin takes it down low, tries to dish it out to Bauer, but it's tipped off the fingertips of Faith Weiss. Weiss, one of the tallest players on the court. She stands 5'10", out there, and that size certainly did some magic for her down in the low post on the other end. She was able to get a couple of nice-looking shots down low. As Mariah Kilpack tries to fire away. Can't get it, but grabs her. No, almost grabbed her own rebound. Instead, it's Kirksville who rips it away. Now a long pass down low. Lehman dishes up to Danielson. Back over to Fouts. Fouts trying to find her way down low and is able to navigate around Haley Martin for her first points of the game. And it's a 13-6 Kirksville lead. Hallsville trying to find their own points, and no momentum will come from that as Addie Daly misses the layup down low. Fouts loses the ball for a split second, trying to find some space. Fouts has it, takes the three and drains it. Oh man, Kirksville's getting hot. Patience Fouts with the three-pointer has this game 16-6, and a huge run from Kirksville is exactly what they needed. And they lead by double figures with 6:48 on the clock. And for Hallsville, when you look at them, they have not been able to get to the free throw line at all. And that's a big difference from last game. Last game, they, like I mentioned, Martin and Schisler combined for 22 free throws. Not just that, Jamison Bauer added 4 free throws herself. Addie Daly added 4 free throw attempts throughout the night. So you ended up with 30 free throws attempted in the game, and Hallsville today, not a single one as we are into the second quarter of action. Maybe the difference on the scoreboard right now, and for Hallsville, they got to make sure that they're able to create that contact, and if not, figure out a way to score some points here. Their defense has been doing an all right job, although Kirksville has gotten hot as of late. They'll have to figure out a way to stop that, but the real concern right now, you got to get the offense going. Martin thought about the three, tries to find her way down low, dishes back out to Abel. Abel now out to Mariah Kilpack. Back to Martin. Martin shoots the three, but no. And here goes Kirksville the other way. Danielson down low. No from Danielson. Back up, and a foul called as Chloe Carter. Carter will head to the line. Haley Martin starting the game for Hallsville, 0 for 3 from the field. And you go back to a couple games ago against Smith Cotton, the regular season finale, ended up as a 5-point game for her, but big deal was that she shot 1 for 9 from the field that game. As Alexis James will check in, and Mariah Kilpack comes out of the game. 17-6, the lead for Kirksville. They try to extend it to 12 points, and just that, as those 2 free throws were good from Chloe Carter. Carter now up to 3 points in the game. A long pass to Ellie Schisler. Tries to find her way down low. Here's a turnaround, but doesn't get that one to drop. It was a nice move. And after making her first 2 shots, she figured why not try that one, and just doesn't find the net. And wide open from beyond the arc, and that's going to be cash all day long for Chloe Carter. Sinking the three-pointer, it's 21-6. Hallsville got to find some momentum right now. Haley Martin on the wing, 5:30 to go in the second quarter. Martin gets it back out wide. Abel picking up her dribble, finds Daly. Back up to Martin, over to Schisler. Schisler thought about the three, instead drives in, loses the ball. Kirksville doing well on the defensive end, holding Hallsville to just 6 points here. But a nice takeaway from Martin. You got to get something on this possession. Out wide, Abel thought about the three, drives in instead, and she's fouled. And that's huge for Hallsville, who's been searching for these fouls all game long. They finally get some foul shots, and it's going to be Bella Abel with the opportunity to score a pair. Abel 0 for 3 from the field to start the game, but hoping to turn that around with a couple of free throws, and gets the first one to go. Lydia Jure checking in for Addie Daly. 21-7. now the Kirksville lead. Hallsville's got their work cut out for them, and Abel can't hit that second free throw. Breaking across midcourt, Carter out to Danielson, and now Kinney. Kinney on the baseline, short corner, back up top. Still trying to find some space here, and for Kirksville, you just feel like this offense that you've been running, just stick with it. It's been working, and till then, they get it down low, and a jump ball as both Haley Martin and Alexis James collapsed on Madeline Sampson. Sampson just a freshman, but I mentioned Faith Weiss has height. It's Madeline Sampson who's actually taller out of the two of them, but she's only a freshman. Down low, Martin trying to go up, and a blocking foul and one. Huge bucket from Haley Martin. And Hallsville's just got to keep slowly cutting into this lead right now. Got to do whatever they can. So the free throw about to be shot by Haley Martin, and can't get that one. Rebound by Kirksville. Still a 21-9 game here in the second quarter. Wide open down low, but the pass goes out the back line. So Hallsville basketball again, and well, this is how you start a run. You got to get a couple turnovers, and that can spark your offense. One thing that Coach Heat told me back in that pregame show from last game on Tuesday, one of the things he said was, whenever the defense plays well, it inspires that offense. When the defense plays well, the offense usually follows. Down low, Bella Abel trying to go up, but can't get that one. Blocked by Kirksville. They've got a shot the other way. Danielson has been off to a strong start here. Kinney tries to dish it down low. Martin falls to the ground, and a foul called against Madeline Sampson. And Martin a little slow to get up, but now ready to go. So Hallsville gets possession of the ball and is ready to set up the offense now. Still a 21-9 game. Second quarter, 4:07 on the clock, and trying to get that one up top. It was kind of double teamed up there, and now Danielson has a shot from the corner, bounces on the short side of the rim, and goes a little far as there's a loose ball foul against Kirksville. Well, Danielson had a strong start to the game, 2 for 3. She's missed her last 3 shots. And again, that's one of the things that you'll usually see out of freshmen. It's nothing to do about their character or anything like that, but just having inexperience, you're going to be a little streakier. As Martin tries to find some space down low, is able to kick it out to Jure, who misses the shot, but Schisler is there, down low, puts it up, no, and it ends up in Kirksville's possession. The Tigers pushing the other way. Back on the wing, driving in, Danielson, and well, that ends the 3 missed shot streak that I had just mentioned. Danielson up to 8 on the game here. 23-9, the lead for Kirksville. Jure up top, gets it over to Martin. Martin trying to find some space. Getting this offense to go, and loses the ball on the dribble down in the low post, and goes right back to Kirksville. 3:05 on the clock. Lydia Jure checking out of the game as Kirksville tries to keep piling on to this lead right now. 23-9 with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Back around the top, Daly's able to swipe this one away. Daly trying to get 2 in transition, and that's what she's good at. Those fast break points, that's exactly where you need Addie Daly at, turning defense into offense. Kirksville trying to keep this 12-point lead in their favor. It's 23-11. 2:30 to go, and a turnaround bounces high, but doesn't go through for Megan Kinney. 0 for 2 start for her from the field as Martin slows things down. A three-pointer would cut this lead to single digits. Daly thought about it for a second, passes out to James instead. Abel has it. You talk about Alexis James, who's been pretty good from beyond the arc. An efficient shooter, but doesn't shoot all that often. Abel has the shot, takes it, can't bury it. Bella Abel 0 for 5 to start the game here, and he's got to find something to get her feeling more confident right now. Screen coming, but Martin's able to get around it. Defending Patience Fouts up top. Danielson can't hit the three, and James is there for the rebound. Danielson 3 for 8 from the field, has 8 points on the game. Martin for Hallsville, 1 for 4, has 2 points. Daly gets it up to Abel. Abel thought about the three again, doesn't take it. Daly again thinks about it, but instead drives inside. James will let this one go, but misses everything, and rebound to Kirksville, batted away by Daly, and they will pass it in from the sideline. Alexis James, that was her first three-point attempt of the game here. Last game was 1 for 4 from beyond the arc. The previous game also hit a triple. We'll see if she can do the same in this one. Working the ball around the top, trying to find someone. It's Fouts who has the space, but a little strong on that. And the rebound is fought for and somehow won by Puckett, but still doesn't go there. Hallsville trying to create their offense, and it's knocked out of bounds. Mariah Kilpack nearly had it. Haley Martin checking back into the game. Mariah Kilpack coming back out onto the sideline. Lydia Jure will inbound the ball here for the Lady Indians and is able to find Haley Martin. 12-point game with under a minute to go. Here's Schisler at the top of the key. Trying to work it down low, steps back on the elbow and dishes over. Daly has some space beyond the arc, and that one's going to miss everything, a little off to the left. Daly now 2 for 6 from the field, and a lot of subs coming on here for Hallsville as Mariah Kilpack checks in. Addie Daly off to the sideline. 30 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Kirksville has the ball. Back up to the corner. Tigers working the ball around. Still a 23-11 game. Fouts with it, working on Jure. Crosses up over the top. Danielson working on Mariah Kilpack, and some contact here, and a step out of bounds by Megan Kinney. And thought for a second that might be a blocking foul, but no call. So Hallsville gets possession. 10 seconds to go. Martin inbounds it to Mariah Kilpack, straight back to Martin. 7 seconds. Here's Martin driving inside, kicks it back out. Three-pointer from Mariah Kilpack, drains it with 3 seconds to go. Not enough time for another shot, and a huge three there at the end of the quarter cuts this deficit back down to single digits. Hallsville giving themselves a chance, but they got to get that offense going in the second half. We'll have plenty to talk about coming out of the break. We'll be back in just a few minutes here on the Show Me Sports Network on Misha TV. It's 23-14, the Kirksville lead at halftime, and plenty more to come. You're watching the Show Me Sports Network's coverage of Hallsville Lady Indians basketball here on Misha TV.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Attention Indians fans, here's your chance to help the student athletes of Hallsville by becoming a member of the Hallsville Athletic Boosters. Your gifts help provide all Hallsville athletes with a safe and positive experience while attending our school district, and also help purchase items that our sports team couldn't otherwise afford. You can join the Hallsville Athletic Boosters this season for as little as $25. Membership is open to everyone. Interested in joining? Look them up on Facebook by searching Hallsville Athletic Boosters or email them at hallsvilleathleticboosters@gmail.com. Let's go Indians!
Are you in the market to buy your first home? Maybe it's time to buy some acreage. How about invest in a new space for your growing business? No matter the need, your trusted partner in real estate is me, Izzy Smith of Izzy Smith Homes, Remax Moon Realty. I believe real estate is more than just bricks and mortar. It's the cornerstone of our lives. It's where memories are made and dreams are realized. Choosing me as your realtor, you're getting a professional, dedicated advocate who will work tirelessly to make your real estate dreams a reality. Give me a call today at 573-876-2873 or visit izzysmithhomes.com. Izzy Smith Homes, Remax Moon Realty, your hometown realtor working harder for you.
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
You want great benefits from your work, but you don't want a boring desk job. Then again, if you're active and working outside, your benefits are gonna be awful, if you have any at all. Unless you work at Salter Lawn Service. 4-day work weeks with a full 40 hours, paid overtime, vacation, 401k, and full health insurance. Right now, Salter is looking for career-minded workers, so get started with a career you'll love and benefits you can actually brag about. Apply now at salterlawnservice.com.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
We need you. We need you. We need you.
We need you, now more than ever.
The Southern Boone School District is hiring part-time bus drivers for route athletics and activities with no experience necessary. Our drivers enjoy flexible work hours, paid on-site CDL training, and paid time off, all while helping our community. The position offers competitive pay. Go visit sbschools.us/employment.
We need you.
At Southern Boone School District, our educators do more than just teach. Lives are being shaped for the future before they even enter a classroom. For students to succeed, it takes an entire district-wide team. Our students need you. Join Southern Boone School District's team today, now offering competitive salaries and benefits for all positions. Visit ashland.k12.mo.us and click on the Employment tab.
We are entrepreneurs, doctors, vets, and storytellers. We're business leaders, educators, and performers. We are scientists, nurses, and trendsetters. We break the mold and get it done. We are visionary, world-changing magic makers. We are Stevens College. Be yourself. Be good at it. For more information, visit stevens.edu.
At the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift, we know a gift is more than a box or a bag with a pretty bow. A gift is the lifetime of love that you share. It's friends who grow as close as family. It's moments and milestones, both big and small. Whether receiving or giving, a gift brings joy and happiness. That's why, since 2018, we've made it easier to gift for those you love. Stop by the Tin Roof Monogram and Gift at 108 Corporate Lake Drive in Columbia or call 573-443-4438. Let us help you find that perfect gift for every occasion.
Hello, Blake Gazaway here with the Show Me Sports Network. I've had the opportunity to have some amazing calls, including overtime touchdowns, walk-off home runs, and buzzer-beating baskets. But I've answered another call. That's to serve my community as a volunteer firefighter. Stop and think what would happen if your home or property caught fire and no one was there to put it out. Every day, volunteer firefighters not only save lives and property, but also respond to other emergencies. Nearly 2/3 of our nation's fire departments are manned by volunteer firefighters. And because of this, we simply need more volunteers to step up and answer the call. Stop by or contact your local fire department and see how you can become a volunteer firefighter today. I answered the call to serve my community. Will you?
Since 1951, Ren's Automotive has been the leader in complete automotive and tire services, proudly serving the Ashland community and southern Boone County area. Servicing all makes and models of vehicles, customer satisfaction is their top priority. If your vehicle leaves you stranded, no need to worry, as Ren's Automotive offers 24-hour towing services. To schedule an appointment, call 573-657-4614 or stop by and see Terry, Peggy, Derek, and the crew at 124 East Broadway in Ashland. Ren's Automotive, your full-service automotive repair shop for over 70 years.
In today's world, injury prevention is at the top of everyone's list. However, heat-related occurrences get routinely overlooked. Zealous WBGT puts that front and center. By using cutting-edge formulas and technology, Zealous WBGT streamlines and simplifies obtaining and documenting wet bulb globe temperature readings. With a simple touch of a button, you can check WBGT anywhere in the world, receiving alerts when the WBGT goes over the threshold you select. Join the stress-free way to protect student-athletes, employees, and overall operations from extreme heat by downloading the free Zealous WBGT app today. Save time, save money, save lives with Zealous WBGT.
Hello and welcome back into tonight's presentation of Hallsville Lady Indians basketball here on the Show Me Sports Network. I'm Austin Thomas as we get just 2 minutes until the start of the third quarter as, well, this one looks like Kirksville was going to run away with it. They had a 21-6 lead earlier, but Hallsville was able to stave them off for a little while and ended the quarter on an 8-3 run. An 8-2 run, as they really looked strong right there. And for Hallsville, they're hoping that they can keep this momentum going into the third and out of the locker rooms. They have, of course, a district championship appearance on the line. The winner of this game will advance and play on Saturday afternoon in the Class 4 District 8 championship game. That game is at 2 o'clock, and if Hallsville continues on in this tournament, we will be broadcasting that here on the Show Me Sports Network on Misha TV. As looking back at that first half, it was a rough offensive half for Hallsville. I mean, there's no two ways around that, but the defense certainly did their due diligence out there. For Kirksville, they averaged 50 points per game on the season, and a very tough offense to stop has Kirksville at 23 points right now. Hallsville keeping them under their season pace, and 23-14 the score right now. So for looking at this Kirksville team on the season, they have, plenty to look back on. The 9-1 in conference play is really something very impressive to do in the North Central Conference. A lot of teams there that are quality. So something to kind of watch for here as we'll see how these two teams compete over in the second half of play. And we have just a couple minutes until the second half of action begins, although the timers have been reset to a full 10 minutes here as, well, we wait around and make sure that we're all good to go here for the second half of action. And we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here. When we come back, we will have the second half ready to go here on the Show Me Sports Network.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
Running out of some of your favorite Avon products and haven't seen an Avon brochure in quite some time? No need to worry. Avon Independent Sales Representative Michelle Carty can help with your Skin So Soft makeup, jewelry, fragrance, and skincare needs. Avon now carries cleaning supplies, clothing, daily essentials, and several small LG electronic items. You now have the opportunity to shop online 24/7 and have your order shipped directly to your front door by shopping with Michelle at mcarty.avonrepresentative.com or find her on Facebook by searching Avon Carty.
Well, sorry for that quick step away from action as we are now just 30 seconds away from the start of the third quarter. There was a little bit of commotion behind me as they had to deal with a referee situation, and actually there will only be 2 referees here at the start of the third quarter, but as the game progresses, they're waiting on a replacement referee. He'll be coming in just a little bit, so they will be back up to 3. But that's what all the commotion was about, as we are about ready to go for the third quarter of action. And looking back on the way that things went, you know, like I mentioned, it was a rough offensive start, but the defense certainly standing strong until really a Kirksville run. They went on a big run in this one and kind of demoralized Hallsville. It was a 6-4 game at the start, and then they led 21-6. A huge run right there, 15-2. But Hallsville has slowly responded, and they've got to keep this up. They got to keep cutting away at the score if they want a chance to win this game. And we'll see how they can do the rest of the way. So both teams back out there. We are ready to go, and we'll see how these teams do in the third quarter, which is now underway in the district semifinals. Haley Martin has the ball at the start. Ellie Schisler gives her a screen. Now Martin driving low, picks up the dribble and has to pass it back out. Daly trying to find some space around the top. Passing it to Martin. Martin picking up that dribble again, and now it's Daly. Daly over to Martin. Martin making her way inside the lane, back out to Schisler. Daly has some space, fires away, drains it. Oh yeah, Addie Daly. A huge 3 right there, and all of a sudden, this game is pretty close. 17-23, it's a 6-point game. Daly transition, she slows down, goes with the left hand, no, Martin fouled. So Haley Martin heading back to the line for a pair of free throws. She had the and one earlier and only shot that 1 free throw. And now gets a chance at 2. She did miss that free throw earlier, and we'll try to make that up here, and can't do it on the first shot. Last game was 8 for 14 from the free throw line. Second free throw here, again misses, but Schisler is there to pick it up, puts it off the glass, still no, and this game remains a 6-point Kirksville lead. So Hallsville looking good on the offensive side of the ball, but they got to make sure that they're converting. Down low, Fouts dishes it back out. Kind of a flip pass right there that you like to see on the run. Real quick, Fouts, great pump fake, finds her way inside. Now gets it back up. Carter, jumper, and that one drops. Chloe Carter up to 8 on the night, 25-17 Kirksville. So Schisler with it, but now it's taken away up top. Fouts down low, and that's an easy 2 points for Patience Fouts. Fouts up to 7 on the game, and Hallsville, after having a ton of momentum, you got to make sure not to lose it. 27-17, Abel finds Martin. Martin back up to Schisler. Schisler's got space, off target to the right. And Daly trying to pressure. It's on the ground. She picks it up, dishes back. Martin's got it. Huge steal from Addie Daly. Gets it down low, flicks it up. No, and it's out of bounds. Faith Weiss checking into the game. Gets it into Eva Danielson. 10-point lead for Kirksville. Just under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, and for Hallsville, you kind of want to get this lead down to single digits entering the fourth quarter. That's your goal right now. Obviously, you'd like it to be closer, but you keep the game within striking distance if it's single digits entering the fourth. A foul there sends Chloe Carter to the line for a pair of free throws. Carter trying to hit double figures if she goes 2 for 2. And she's been shooting well from the stripe today. She's now 4 for 5 on foul shots. Trying to make that 5 for 6. And that shot a little to the right after a couple bounces, and it's going back to Hallsville basketball as it was knocked out of bounds off of Kirksville on the rebound. So Chloe Carter up to 9 on the game. And an inbound coming here as the referees go and discuss it with head coach Nick Tata for Kirksville. As Haley Martin inbounds that one, but the pass taken away, and a quick 2 points for Chloe Carter, and kind of makes up for that missed free throw by adding 2 more. It's 30-17. Hallsville's got to get something going down low. Schisler off the glass. No, out of bounds. No, not quite out of bounds. Schisler's not able to rip it away just yet, and Kirksville has a chance to put this lead back up to 15. That would tie their largest lead of the game. And a 3 would make it a new largest, but they'll just take the 2 points. Megan Kinney, a tough shot through contact, and it's 32-17. Hallsville working it around the corner. Haley Martin. Back up top, Schisler in the corner. Martin had some space, tries to get her defender off balance, passes it back out to Daly. Daly picking up her dribble and still got to find someone, gets it to Abel. Abel back up to Schisler. Schisler a few feet behind the arc right now, and she'll dribble back and dish it off to Martin. Martin from the wing trying to find some space. Turnaround, had some space between her and Daly, but didn't quite see it as she got her defender to move and try and take the ball away. Martin trying to take it inside, and a foul called on Patience Fouts. Looking at foul trouble here, Carter's got 2 personals, but that's the first personal foul for anyone else on the court at this point in time for Kirksville. And for Hallsville, they've got both Schisler and Daly with 2 as Martin misses that shot. Rebound Schisler, she misses it again. Back out Daly for 3, and again a miss there. And here comes Kirksville, other way. Fouts down low, hands it off and gets it for 2 points. Patience Fouts. And Kirksville cannot miss right now, 34-17. And after Hallsville started off this quarter on fire, it's gone all wrong here. 34-17, a 10-0 Kirksville run. Sorry, 11-0 Kirksville run. As this game was 23-17, and the Tigers just getting everything going their way right now. And a timeout, really a necessity there for Hallsville, and They got to slow things down and find some way to get back on the scoreboard. Again, I was talking about it earlier. You want this score to be single digits. A single-digit game at the minimum for Hallsville. That's what their hope is entering the fourth quarter. If you've got that, you still got a good chance. So that's got to be their goal right now, is trim that lead as much as you can. 3:45 to go in the third quarter, so a little bit of time, but that's not all that much. And for some of these players, they're fighting to continue their high school careers. 4 seniors that are playing minutes here on the Hallsville squad: Daly, Abel, Martin, and Schisler. And they're fighting to keep their season alive, keep their careers going on. So Martin looking for someone to pass it to. Finds Mariah Kilpack in the pass, trying to get it back to Martin, and it's fought for on the ground and tumbling all over the place. A jump ball is called. So Kirksville basketball here from the baseline. Trying to find someone. Danielson gets it inbounds. Back up to the top, Carter. Carter working on Schisler. Dishes off to Danielson. Now back around the top of the key, bringing it inside. They dish it back out to the corner. Three-pointer here from Danielson. No, and a rebound by Kilpack. Danielson, that's her first shot here in the third quarter after leading the team with 8 field goals attempted in the first half. Martin calling out the offense. Trying to get it down low to Schisler, and she lost her balance and had to fling it back out, but not able to find Alexis James, and it hits the sideline, goes back to Kirksville. So 34-17, the game still in the third quarter. 3 minutes to go. Lots of work to be done by Hallsville. Picking up her dribble. Kirksville working it around the top. Trying to find some space inside. Faith Weiss now on the short corner. Back up top, over to the corner. Kinney fires away, and rebound by Schisler. Kinney just 1 for 4 to start the game today. Martin has some space and a good left-handed layup. That's her first points of the second half. 34-19 now. Down low, trying to put it up. And Fouts can't get that one to drop. Hallsville the other way. Martin out to Daly. Daly a long 2. Can't get that one to go. And here goes Kirksville. Fouts with it on the wing. Trying to get this one down low. Carter off balance. Gets it back out wide. Still passing this ball around. A good ball movement here from Kirksville up until the end. Daly trying to get it away. Falling and hits the sideline just barely. That was hustle there from Addie Daly, trying to take that one away and nearly got there. Bella Abel checks in for Alexis James. 15-point lead for Kirksville. Hallsville trying to rip it back. The 17-point lead was their largest of the game. Kirksville trying to match that. Back up top. Still some good passing. Kinney gets it out wide, but a mistake there as it bounces in and out of the hands of Faith Weiss on the corner. So it goes back to Hallsville basketball. And you got to end this quarter on a run to give yourself a chance right here. And the inbounds play gets into Martin. Martin now taking it across midcourt. Down low, Martin can't get that one. Grabs her own rebound, trying to find space. Gets it out to Abel. Driving in, Abel's able to sink it. That's her first field goal, and she's up to 3 on the game, and a timeout by Kirksville. So the run that Hallsville needed desperately is they've scored 4 unanswered here. 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Hallsville still down big on the scoreboard, but you feel a lot better after that recent run that you just made right there, and you're not giving up. And that's the key right here. You know, a 13-point game, when you hear it out of context, that doesn't sound all that bad. I think the real problem right now is that it's been more of a defensive game. So when it comes to a defensive game, the larger the point differential, the more difficult it is to come back in. You know, in a game where both teams are scoring 50 points, then a 13-point lead, a 13-point differential isn't that big. But when both of these teams are here at 34 and 21, that sounds a lot bigger than it might actually be. All you got to do is catch fire, and all of a sudden you're right back in it. That's what Hallsville's got to do. A big time out there, though, for Kirksville, who really needed to slow down Hallsville. And timeout makes sure that they can't keep that momentum. They have to create it again. So now Kinney brings the ball up, hands it off. Down low, Carter flicks it up, and no good on the shot, but she's going to head to the line for a chance at 2. So Chloe Carter trying to put Kirksville on the board here even more. Her first free throw is a little strong into the right. So Carter, who started the game 4 for 5 from the stripe, has missed her last two free throws, but is able to drain that one. So now 5 for 8 from the free throw line, and has this lead up to 14 points for Kirksville. Hallsville trying to keep this offense going quick, and Martin's able to do just that, getting to the rim in the blink of an eye, and it's now a 12-point game. Fouts has some space, but Martin doing a good job to not jump out of her shoes right there as Abel tries to reach in, but gets called for the foul. 31.2 on the clock. Jamison Bauer checking in again as it'll be Ellie Schisler who heads to the bench. 31.2 seconds to go. Here's the inbound. It's Chloe Carter with it. Back up top, just passing it around. Trying to find some space. Fouts. Still no, and it ends up in Daly's hands. Daly, transition opportunity. Trying not to have it poked away. Down low, off the glass. And it's a 10-point game. Addie Daly, a big bucket. 10 seconds to go. Let's see what happens. 7 seconds. Kirksville passing the ball around the top. Out wide. Three-pointer, no. 1 second. Full court shot, not in time. Well, a real opportunity right there has presented itself for Hallsville, and I said they wanted to get this lead back down to single digits by the start of the fourth quarter, but they got about as close to that as you could. Well, exactly as close to that as you could without actually hitting the single-digit mark. It's a 10-point game as we enter the fourth quarter. A quick break here, and when we come back, the final quarter of action in the district semifinals here from Mexico High School. You're watching the Show Me Sports Network's coverage of Lady Indians basketball on MSHSAA TV.
The Boone County Journal is the hometown newspaper of Ashland and Hartsburg since 1969. We know you're busy. Let us keep up with Southern Boone happenings for you. We cover social events, school sports, local government, Southern Boone history, obituaries, and more. Subscribe to the Journal today and get the paper delivered to your mailbox every Wednesday. Digital version also available. Call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojo.com. Independent and veteran owned.
It is the final quarter of regulation here in the district semifinals, and it is a 10-point game here from Mexico High School. I'm Austin Thomas as we welcome you back into the Show Me Sports Network's coverage of Hallsville Lady Indians basketball here on MSHSAA TV. Hallsville looking to keep this huge run that they've been on going. Abel gets it off to Mariah Kilpack. Kilpack looking for some space. A couple of screens up there, is able to find her teammate. It's Daly. Daly over to the corner, finds Abel. Abel some space. Brings it down low and now slows the offense down. Hallsville on a really big run here, 8-1, and a three-pointer from Abel, rebounded by Daly. Down low, she goes up, rejected, but it stays here. And Daly has been a huge part in this game, maybe one of the most aggressive games that you've seen from her all season. Not someone that really takes a ton of shots, but certainly doing a good job this game. So trying to find some space, gets this one back in up top. Schisler, plenty of time to shoot the three, but a little too strong. Daly's there on the offensive glass again, but Mariah Kilpack picks it up. Still working for it. Martin back on the wing. Hallsville feels like they got to get some points here. Back out wide. Daly, just over 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Passing it around the arc. Bella Abel. Dishes up to Martin. Martin drives down low, flicks it up, and a foul. Haley Martin's headed back to the line for a pair of free throws. Martin 0 for 3 from the stripe today, hoping to change her luck. And not a bad free throw shooter on the season. Especially you look at last game, over 50% on 14 free throws, and she shows that ability here. First free throw goes in and cuts this deficit back down to single digits. For the first time in a long time. Second free throw also right on target from Haley Martin. She's got 8 on the game. And it's a 35-27 Kirksville lead. 10-1 run from Hallsville. They trailed 34-17. It's now an 8-point game. Maddie Daly working on Danielson, battled on the ground, and it is going to stay on that end. Nearly had it bounced off the shoes of Faith Weiss, but couldn't quite get that. Weiss gets the inbound pass. Back out to Danielson. Danielson, oh man, that screen did wonders, but Danielson's able to pick up her own rebound. Can't get the putback to go, and a jump ball as Schisler and Danielson fought for it down low. Danielson 0 for 3 from the field to start this quarter off. Start this half off, I should say. Inbound play for Kirksville. They get it back up onto the wing. Now on the corner. Fouts tipped away, but a foul against Haley Martin. It's the first foul that Hallsville has committed this quarter. 3 personal fouls for Ellie Schisler, even though that wasn't on her, but I thought it's worth mentioning. Now the inbounds passes. Danielson has it. Daly playing up close on her. Daly has taken a ton of shots this game. 14. She's 4 for 14 from the field. And a lot of that has had to do with those transition opportunities, and they're going to say this one is off of Addie Daly, and nobody happy about that one. But it stays on this end. Still an 8-point game with just over 6 minutes to go. Final quarter of action here in the semifinals. Trying to find some space, and it's again going to be off of Hallsville, off of the shot. A big block down low, and still trying to work with something. Danielson will inbound the ball. Plenty of offensive rebound. Well, wouldn't necessarily say that, but Hallsville's finally able to get the takeaway, and it's Addie Daly who gets it. But a loose ball, and trying to bring it back. No, Kirksville gets it right back as soon as Hallsville had possession. Fouts on Danielson, and a blocking foul on the floor against Daly. And for Daly, that's her 3rd personal foul of the night. As Chloe Carter checks back in for Faith Weiss. Eva Danielson looking to find someone, gets it to Carter. Carter, a fadeaway, and a whistle is called. So a foul against Haley Martin. On the floor, they'll say as well. So plenty of fouls here. 3 team fouls all of a sudden for Hallsville out of nowhere. Down low, putting that one up. Puckett's going to get that one to go. So 37-27 as Haley Martin brings this one up the court. Trying to find her way inside. Alexis James wide open, drains the three. Alexis James, a huge shot from her. It's a 7-point game. And down low, a foul is called again. Hallsville not able to figure out these fouls right now, and a pair of shots coming for Patience Fouts as a timeout is called for by Kirksville. A 7-point game, and what seemed like it might get out of hand, but Hallsville has done a great job of keeping this one within striking distance. 5:23 on the clock, and it's a 7-point game. Hallsville playing some stifling defense. In the third quarter, Kirksville built up a 34-17 lead. Since that point, it has been a 13-3 run by Hallsville. Really able to claw their way back into this game, and it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been all at once. They haven't been going on, a quick 8-0 run within a minute. No, it's been fighting every single possession that they have and forcing Kirksville to earn every single point that they get. And Patience Fouts will try to earn them from the stripe. First one was a little off right, but still goes in. A friendly bounce for her, and that's her 10th point of the game as she reaches double figures. And her second free throw also true. And it's now a 39-30 Kirksville lead. The inbound play, trying to find someone, nobody there. Carter down low, misses the shot, bounced off Kirksville, and Abel tries to get to it, but a foul called against Kirksville. So inbound play coming again. Looking to find someone. Daly has it on the sideline and still trying to find someone. Eventually just throws it in bounds. Danielson's able to take it away. Back up top, Fouts with it. Has some space in the lane, down low, and a foul against Ellie Schisler. That's foul number 5 as well on Hallsville this quarter. That's foul number 4 on Ellie Schisler. That would be a huge loss if she picks up her 5th. Nearly had the block, but just slightly mistimed there as the first free throw goes through the net by Fouts. A 12-point game for Patience Fouts, who's been really going strong. It's been Fouts and Carter. Both of them have 12 in tonight's game. Fouts' second free throw also goes through the net. She's now 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. And it's a 41-30 lead for the Tigers. Hallsville's got to get something going with just 5 minutes left in the game, and Abel puts it off the glass, and the bank is open, and a timeout quickly called by Hallsville. And Coach Heat was headed over straight to the referee. I need that timeout right now, and well, he gets it. And a big time to call that as well. Needing to get the offense going. It's a 9-point game with just under 5 minutes to go. They got to get the ball back as well. That's the big thing. Their defense has done a good job all game, but you also got to consider with 5 team fouls on you now, any foul is sending you to the free throw line. That could be either a blessing or a curse, depending on who you foul, but not necessarily that, how they're feeling today. You know, you could foul someone that's a good free throw shooter, but they're just not feeling it today, and that sometimes is a big difference. Depending on how a player is performing can change just how effective they are from the free throw line. And on the Kirksville side, I mean, a couple of players been doing a great job. Chloe Carter, Patience Fouts, you look at them, they would be dangerous to send to the free throw line. And couple of other plays you might look at. Eva Danielson, someone who's a great player out there, and I'm not doubting that, but someone who's certainly struggled in the second half here. After starting the game with 8 points and was 2 for 3 from beyond the arc, she's just gone 1 for 8 from the field since that point. Down low now, it's going to be an easy 2 points in the paint for Chloe Carter, who's going to add to her point total on the game. And Haley Martin taking it up, trying to find some space, and it's taken away. A foul against Haley Martin, and Chloe Carter is headed back to the free throw line. That's the 4th foul of the game for Haley Martin as well. Martin, who's got 8 points in the game today. She is 3 for 8 from the field. As for Carter, well, she's been doing a great job all game, but does miss that free throw. She's missed 4 free throws. She's 5 for 9 from the charity stripe this game. We'll see if she falls back down to 50% and does not. Decides, I want to stay above that 50% mark, and drains the free throw. It's 44-32. Hallsville down 12 with 4.5 to go in the district semifinals. Trying to make it on and continue their seasons. Hallsville, after a rough regular season, had a huge turnaround in the last game and trying to keep that momentum up. Haley Martin was fouled going towards the rim, and Martin is headed to the free throw line for a pair of shots. Martin 2 for 5 from the free throw line this game. First free throw a little short-armed there, and Martin will regroup. Trying to make this second shot. 4:31 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Second free throw does hit the back and drop through the net. Makes it an 11-point game here. 44-33. Kirksville pressured. Hallsville's trying to get the ball back, and nearly a pass that took Fouts out of bounds. Instead, she's able to snag it. Martin's got to avoid foul number 5. She's at 4 on the game, and a foul called will result in 2 shots for Eva Danielson. And this is who I mentioned earlier. She started the game 2 for 3 from the field, including 2 triples. Since that point, she's just 1 for 8 from the field. So we'll see if she's able to kind of come over that struggle, and does so with the first free throw. And those are her first points of the second half. Now up to 9 on the game, trying to hit double figures and extend this lead up to 13 points. And after rolling all around, it does hit the bottom of the bucket. And 2 for 2 from the line for Eva Danielson. Patience Fouts checking out of the game with 4:14 to go. A 13-point lead, and inbound play is going to go out of bounds, intended for Bella Abel. And after doing such a good job, really, in the first half and even in the third quarter, Hallsville certainly struggled with breaking that full-court press here in the fourth. Inbound play from Danielson, looking to find someone, gets it down low, off the glass, no for Carter. There is Daly in a jump ball. Goes Hallsville's direction. And a timeout by head coach Matt Heat is called for with 4:11 to go in the game and a 13-point lead for the Tigers. Well, the Hallsville boys are going to play tomorrow night. They took care of Kirksville yesterday, and they are going to be competing in the district championship again tomorrow night. That game is at 6 o'clock. We'll have coverage of that here on the Show Me Sports Network, so make sure to tune in if you're interested in following the boys' action as well. That is a big game. They're taking on Mexico, and while Mexico is hosting the girls' tournament, it's actually Moberly that hosts the boys' tournament this year. So even though they're playing Mexico, it will be at Moberly. And again, that coverage will begin at around 5:30 tomorrow night. So make sure to tune into that same place as here on MSHSAA TV on the Show Me Sports Network. As for the girls, if Hallsville's able to complete the comeback, they would play in the district championship at 2 o'clock on Saturday, as Daly takes this one the other way, and a quick 2 points for Addie Daly. And she's into double figures on the night, 11 points in the game, and it's a 46-35 game. And that pass goes out of bounds, but it's deflected off of Daly into the bench. Martin's still in the game. Feels like you have to have her, but again, just one foul away as Daly nearly is able to take it, but still ends up in Danielson's possession. Danielson working down low. James nearly able to rip it out. But a regrouping here by Danielson. Double teamed near midcourt, and a timeout called for very quickly, and that a great timing on that timeout call. Nearly went back to Hallsville's direction, but instead, both teams will head back to the bench. Hallsville just one timeout left, 2 timeouts left for Kirksville. 46-35, and while the lead is big, this game is still not completely out of hand for a potential Hallsville comeback, but they've got to start the scoring. And a 35-point game, that might have done you in the regular season. That wouldn't have been all too bad, but here in the playoffs, you're playing the number 1 seed, and Kirksville averaging 50 points per game on the season. They're going to be a tough team. Now, when you look at these two squads, both Kirksville and Hallsville have really played similar defense on the year. But the offense from Kirksville, again, through various situations and conditions, the offense for Kirksville on the year has been better. Hallsville is over their point per game total at the moment with 35 points. They're averaging 33.7 on the season. But again, a lot of factors go into that, especially with the injuries that Hallsville faced. So Hallsville still a chance here late. 3:36 to go, and that comeback's got to start now, and Daly's able to pick it up. Off the inbound pass, she gets it across to Mariah Kilpack down low, who can't get that one to drop. Would have been a big bucket, and as it's fought for on the sidelines, it goes out of bounds. That one off of Kinney, and now an inbound pass coming for Hallsville. Now they'll have some time to kind of set things up. An 11-point game with 3.5 minutes to go. Daly looking for someone, finds Martin, catches it in the backcourt, now brings it across the timeline, down low, finds Mariah Kilpack from 3, and she hit the side of the backboard there. Back the other way, Fouts picks up her dribble right around that corner of the half court, but is able to get it away. 3 minutes to go. Kirksville, Fouts fires, drains it from the corner, and a huge 3 as a foul goes against Megan Kinney. And apparently the PA announcer comes over and says apparently somebody called 911 here as the police officer walks behind us. We're trying to figure out who that is as play resumes, and a 3-pointer from Daly is too strong and picked up by Kirksville. They'll slow things down. Back around the top near half court, trying to save that one. Instead, it stays in bounds. Martin's able to avoid it being tapped off her foot. Driving down low, she goes up, a blocking foul, and one for Haley Martin. 49-37 now. 2:27 to go here in the fourth quarter. Martin trying to hit this free throw would bring her shooting percentage back up to 50% on the game. Currently 3 for 7 from the charity stripe, but short arms that one, and rebound goes to Kirksville. Hallsville's got to get the ball back. A long pass ends up by James, who is trying to keep it in. And a jump ball, as that one's on the ground, but possession maintains with the Tigers. 12-point game in the fourth quarter, 2:16 on the clock as Haley Martin checks out of the game here and potentially for the last time. But Hallsville hoping, of course, they can bring this one closer and even get a win. 12-point game. You got a lot of work to do. Baseline cut from Danielson. Short on the right-handed shot. Now down low, Carter, and one. And that could be the nail in the coffin. Chloe Carter. (51-37), and with only 2 minutes to go, Hallsville would need a miracle. The free throw good as well from Chloe Carter, who's just had an incredible second half. And the ball batted around, but still ends up in Hallsville's possession on the sideline. Carter in the second half, 12 points alone, and is 4 for 6 from the field. Just a great job from her, and Martin trying to get this one in, finds Daly just across midcourt. Now back up to Martin. Martin working on it, finds Daly up top. The three-pointer from Daly off to the right. Rebound saved and put back up off the glass. No from Mariah Kilpack, and it stays on this end, though. So Kilpack missing the two there after Daly had missed the three, and one of the most aggressive performances we've seen from Addie Daly in a probably ever. But unfortunately for Hallsville, it seems like it's going to end up with them as the loser in this game, and trying their best for the last-minute comeback, and Kilpack can't get that one on the baseline cut as possession turns back over to Kirksville with 1.5 minutes to go. And Haley Martin checking back out of the game. Malia Kilpack also checking into the game, and I believe that might be the first time that we've seen her tonight. Alexis James out of the game here. Inbound play coming from Kirksville as they find Fouts down low, and Fouts is able to avoid the pressure, now breaking across midcourt. Hallsville still trying to poke it away, but a foul goes against the Lady Indians. .122 on the clock. Patience Fouts on the stripe. Fouts' first free throw is up and bounces all around, but can't go for her. That's her first missed free throw of the game. She started off 4 for 4. And after such a good start to the game, Hallsville just wasn't able to cut this one back as substitute checks on for Kirksville. Fouts draining the second one, makes it a 53-37 game. Martin looking to find Daly, gets it to her, now back to Martin. 1.5 minutes to go. Martin down low, goes with the left hand, and that one off to the left. Rebounded by Kirksville, fought for, and still ends up in their possession. Now long pass down to the side, and Kirksville stays with it. 1 minute to go in the game, and they'll slow things down. Fouts with it. 16-point game, and this one looks like it's going to be in the books. A big win for Kirksville tonight as they will look for a chance to win the district. They head to the district championship game on Saturday. That game will be at 2:00 p.m. and unfortunately we won't be broadcasting that game as Hallsville ends their season here in a relatively disappointing fashion, but I don't think you should be. You shouldn't be disappointed with what happened out here. And from everything that Hallsville had to go through, really this season, it's one that you want to forget, but it's one that you shouldn't. Because in every failure, there are lessons that you can learn, and I think that's one big thing for Hallsville to learn from this season. Not everything's going to go your way. Sometimes things are going to go catastrophically wrong. You're going to have injuries the way that this season has gone for Hallsville, but for them, they've got to take these lessons that they've learned throughout the year and be able to build on that. And for a lot of these girls, this is their last game as a Hallsville Lady Indian, and a tough way to finish it and a tough season at that. But they all fought to the very end. And in a game, in one that, I mean, nobody was picking Hallsville to win this game. But they fought and they made it a competition right up here in the fourth quarter. This game was single digits here in the fourth, and they had a real chance. Just weren't quite able to get the win, and I think Kirksville really proving themselves why they're such a good team here. And Kirksville, 12-12 on the regular season, but I think you've got to give them props for going 9-1 in conference play. That is a tough team out there. A couple of the players check out for one last time for Hallsville as the game gets ready to finish up. 40 seconds to go in the game, and a foul called here down low as we'll get a couple of free throw shots from Patience Fouts. And I think you just got to look at this Kirksville team as how strong they were. I mean, great games from Eva Danielson, Patience Fouts, and Chloe Carter. The three of them really having huge nights out here. And as Fouts hits another free throw, she had 18 points in the game, has 18 points in the game. 13 of those 18 points came in the second half for Fouts. It's kind of the same deal with Chloe Carter. Carter had 18 points, and 12 of those 18 points have come in this quarter, and now the score 55-37. As Hallsville will inbound the ball. Malia Kilpack out to Lydia Jure as a couple of the younger players have some playing time. Mariah Kilpack can't hit the three-pointer. Kirksville down the other way. 20 seconds to go. Tapped away by Malia Kilpack. 17 seconds on the clock as this one finishes up. Yeah. And even Eva Danielson, she had a great first half. And while the second half wasn't all that great for her, she still had a strong night where she ended in double-digit scoring with 10 on the game. And for a freshman to do that in the district semifinals, that is certainly a statement. And here's a kiss off the glass by Madeline Sampson as clock expires, and that does it for the district semifinals. The final score here from Mexico, 57 for Kirksville to 37 for Hallsville. And that does it for tonight's game. The game to follow here will be, of course, Fulton versus Mexico. Mexico having been able to take down Moberly in the first round, but we will not be broadcasting that game here on the Show Me Sports Network. Of course, there will be more coverage of Hallsville in other sports throughout the rest of the season, but that's going to do it for what ended up being a rough season for the Hallsville girls, but one that they kept fighting. Every single game they went out there, and while it was a tough season, they've got plenty to hang their heads high on, especially capping off with a big win in the district quarterfinals last week. Something to be very proud of, and hopefully they can take with them as they exit the arena here. The final score 57-37, and we'll go ahead and transition into the post-game show here and just get right on into it. And you look back at the way that this game started, and Hallsville and Kirksville, it was 6-4 early on through the first 4 to 5 minutes of the game. Very defensive and Hallsville was able to keep it up. But from that point on, Kirksville had a huge run. It was those huge runs that put them ahead up this much. If it weren't for those, really that next big run that put them up 21-6, this game would have been a lot closer. Hallsville would have had a real chance there at the end. And a couple of what you would call garbage time points at the end by Kirksville. I think ultimately, if it weren't for that initial run by Kirksville that put them up 21-6 after a 6-4 lead earlier in the game, it was a 15-2 run by the Tigers. If it weren't for that 15-2 run, I think you might very well be seeing a different result on the scoreboard right here, and that ultimately could have been the difference in tonight's matchup. But it wasn't just that. They had another big run as well. You go later into the game, and they were able to build the lead up to 34-17. A huge way to finish it, and, well, not just finish it, but build up that lead. It was 34-17 after Hallsville started to make a mini comeback. And then Kirksville was able to really put on the afterburners, 34-17. Past that point, though, Hallsville was able to cut it back down. They cut it down all the way to an 8-point game. It was 35-27. A 10-1 run by the Lady Indians had them right back in the game, but unfortunately from that point on, Kirksville was able to regain their momentum and finish this game on top, 57-37 with a big fourth quarter run that ended the game. Let's go ahead and take a look back at the statistics from tonight's game. And first off, with the Kirksville Tigers, starting off with their leading scorer, it was Patience Fouts, who ended the game with 19 points on the night. A great performance from her, including a 7-for-8 night from the free throw line, although all of those came in the second half. A lot more fouls called against Hallsville in that second half led to a ton of free throws for the Tigers. Didn't allow Hallsville to build up any momentum to really complete that comeback. And so 19 points for Patience Fouts, but it wasn't just the free throws that she was good at. She shot 5 for 9 from the field, a great, efficient field goal percentage from her. Chloe Carter also had a big game. She ended the night with 18 points on the game. She also ended the game shooting 5 for 8 from the field. And from the free throw line, she was 7 for 11. A great night from her as well. As for other players, Eva Danielson ended with 10 points on the game, did hit double figures, was 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and from the field ended the night 3 for 12, including a rough stretch there at the end after starting the game 2 for 3 from the field. She shot just 1 for 8 from the field past that point, if my math suits me well, which it might not. I'm doing this all in my head. Apologies here as we're doing some live stat taking on the broadcast as well. Aaliyah Puckett also had 4 points on the game. She was 2 for 5 from the field. Megan Kinney added 2 points as a starter, was 1 for 4 from the field. And off the bench, just 4 points from the Kirksville bench, including 2 from Faith Weiss and 2 from Madeline Sampson right there at the end. Weiss shot 1 for 2. Sampson made her only shot. And Macy Lehman shot 0 for 2. Those were the only shots off the bench. And, well, that's all of the Kirksville side. And now taking a look at your Hallsville Lady Indians stats for the night. Addie Daly had a huge game and was able to get onto the scoreboard for 11 points in the game. In the second half, took a ton of shots, ended up shooting 3 for 11 in just the second half alone. Throughout the night, she was 5 for 17 from the field. 17 shots from her is a little uncharacteristic, and unfortunately it did not mean that the Lady Indians were able to come out on top. And throughout the night, she also shot 1 for 7 from beyond the arc for Addie Daly with 15 total points, with 11 total points on the game. Taking a look at some of the other scorers out there, Haley Martin had a big game but had 4 personal fouls late and maybe affected her play down the stretch. Ellie Schisler had to sit a long time there, basically the final 4 minutes of the game, due to those 4 fouls that she picked up right there near the top of the fourth quarter and had to sit out a long time and ultimately only ended up the game with 4 points. Schisler shot 2 for 9 from the field. Haley Martin, I didn't say this, but she also ended up adding 11 points on the game. She was 4 for 10 from the field and was 0 for 1 from beyond the arc. From the free throw line, she shot 3 for 8 and would have hoped to have a couple more of those, more so like last game. Bella Abel added 5 points. She was 2 for 7 from the field and 1 for 2 from the free throw line. She didn't miss a shot in the second half, but was 0 for 5 in the first half. Mariah Kilpack off the bench added 3 points on 1 for 6 shooting from the field, was 1 for 4 from beyond the arc. Lydia Jure missed her only shot. It was from beyond the arc. And Alexis James was 1 for 2 from the field, both on three-pointers. She ended the game with 3 points. And that's a look back at the stats. Again, the final score, 57 for Kirksville to 37 for Hallsville. The Tigers are headed to the district championship, and they will face either Fulton or Mexico. But that is going to do it for tonight's broadcast of Hallsville Lady Indians basketball here on the Show Me Sports Network and Misha TV. So a big thank you to all of you who tuned in to tonight's broadcast. We do sincerely appreciate the support and, of course, accepting our coverage of the Hallsville Lady Indians. And we hope that you have enjoyed all season long as well. And we hope that this coverage can continue for future years, as well as Hallsville will be looking at a big change next year, losing 5 seniors: Addie Daly, Bella Abel, Haley Martin, Nellie Schisler, all of them starters in tonight's game, and none of them will be returning next year. It's also worth noting Brianne Wildenhain, who got injured a long time ago and has not been able to play basically at all this season. She will also not be returning, even though the injury, unfortunately, was not going to let her play much this year. And so a little disappointing there that she wasn't able to finish the season, but as expected from a long time ago, and an unfortunate end to the season. So a big change next year. Alexis James was the other starter today. She'll be returning, so you likely will see her back in the starting lineup there. But again, plenty up in the air for Hallsville and what lies in the future. But of course, we'll try our best to give you as much coverage as possible here on the Show Me Sports Network. But if you're looking for more basketball, the boys do play tomorrow night at 6 o'clock from the Moberly gym, but we're going to be broadcasting on the same place here on Misha TV on the Show Me Sports Network. So make sure to tune into that if you're interested in watching more Hallsville basketball. The boys taking on Mexico in Moberly. So a big game there to look forward to. And for the Hallsville boys, they certainly have state championship aspirations. They have the ability to beat anyone, but they've also lost a couple of games that, you know, maybe they look back and say, hey, we shouldn't have lost that game. But we'll see how this game goes, because it's the 1 seed versus the 2 seed in the district tournament championship tomorrow on the boys' side of the bracket. So make sure to tune into that. But if you aren't going to, again, we do truly appreciate you tuning in to tonight's broadcast. From myself, Austin Thomas, and from the entire rest of the Show Me Sports Network, thank you, and have a great rest of your night.
You've been listening to the biggest and absolute best game coverage in mid-Missouri on the exclusive home for local high school basketball, the Show Me Sports Network.
The Show Me Sports Network broadcast crew are the ones that know your team the best.
Exclusive coverage of local high school basketball has been brought to you by
Boone County Journal, Cassandra Gazaway, Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consultant, Country with a Heart, Eddie Goodell Society, Han Custom Laser Engraving, LLC, Izzy Smith Homes, Remax Boone Realty, Last Sentinel Firearms, Retrieving Freedom, Salter Loan Service, LLC, Sawdust Studios, The Tin Roof Monogram and Gift, Ren's Automotive, and Zealous WBGT.
We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. Join us anytime on the web at ShowMeSportsNetwork.com or find us on Facebook by searching the Show Me Sports Network. The Show Me Sports Network, your exclusive home for local high school basketball.
West and even more around the world. This is the Show Me Sports Network. The proceeding was an exclusive broadcast property presentation of the Show Me Sports Network and was a high-fidelity all-digital broadcast.